Hi everyone, this is your twin flame prediction reading. Alright, so this is a pick a card and we're going to have a look and see what is coming through, what I see happening. I feel like it's going to be accurate. I just feel it. I feel the energies of it. So we're going to take a look. So we've got group 1 here, we've got group 2 and group 3. Whichever group you are really just drawn to, you feel like that is the one for me, that's going to be your group. So you can always check out the timestamps in the description box below and watch your reading. So we've got here Rider Waite, we have Affirmations Tarot for group 2, and then group 3 is the Modern Witch Tarot. Yeah, the Modern Witch Tarot. And yeah, so we're going to have a look. I just also wanted to mention as well that if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, those are also down below as well. They're also on my website. There's lots of options for that, so you can always check out the description box of my video and literally everything is there. And then of course the last thing I wanted to mention is that all of my intention manifesting items, which so many of you have seen results with, it's just amazing to see, of course, all of the handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put on your pillow, your wallet or your purse. They're hand embroidered. And also face masks, crystals, sage, charms, coins, my own deck as well, which I have made as well. That is also on there as well, so do check it out. It's shopmoonlightguidance.com. So yeah, you can check out everything there. And we've moved everything from Etsy to my own website. Just, you know, built up such a great what do you call it, like a track record or a really great yeah, really solid foundation on Etsy with amazing, you know, 5-star reviews and just lots of items. And now we've switched to the website, so I'm really excited about that as well. So yeah, do check it out if you have got some time or if you're interested. And we're gonna go to the reading. All right, so twin flame prediction reading. So take your pick, and everything timestamp wise will be down below. So I'm just gonna move these. I'm gonna leave the stars because they're super adorable. Let's put those there. Okay, so we start first with group 1. Let's move these to the side. Alright, group number 1, your twin flame prediction. Let's have a look, see what's coming through. I am going to do a spread, and then I'm also going to use my oracle cards. I'm also going to use the Eternal Messages deck as well. And then we're going to do a charm reading, so I thought I'd just let you know what you're in for here. All right, so let's get started. So you've chosen this absolutely stunning crystal. I'm going to put it right there. And let's begin. Okay, so group 1, twin flame predictions. Attraction straight away. This is, you know, a lot of attraction. I mean, it just moves so fast. How quickly you get attracted to this person. You're like, whoa. You know, never felt something like this before, whether you have a twin flame. Actually, I think that a lot of you do. So, you know, this really is, and if you don't have a twin flame and you're just watching this, I mean, that's what I see happening essentially, is there's just so much attraction, or there has been so much attraction between you and your twin flame, where it just moves so fast to the point where you think to yourself, I've never felt anything like this. Look at that, right? Knight of Wands, King of Wands, passion, excitement, feeling so connected to them, not just in terms of the physical aspect of things, but also in terms of just feeling so connected on a level of conversation and a level of just feeling like this is the right person straight away. You know, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, powerful, potent, progressive. All the 3 Ps. 3 of Cups here as well. This is interesting. For some of you, you know, there may have been or there may be a third party situation, but it's not the case for everyone. the reason I say that is because the Three of Cups also does represent celebration. But the Three of Cups also shows that perhaps they did get very overwhelmed by the entire connection, and sometimes they can be a little bit hot and cold in the process of you not always knowing whether they like you back in the exact same way. So there's that sense that I really pick up here where it's almost like you feel like, am I good enough? You may be comparing yourself to other people. For example, in the Three of Cups shows some of you may be in third-party situations. This is nothing but karmic, because when I look at the threes, they're a number that is essentially tied to karma and learning lessons and personal growth and development. And we know that twin flame connections are all about personal growth and development and progression. So let's continue to pull more of the cards out, and then we'll see. Yin and Yang with the two Sphinx, right? That's the twin energy as well. Mutual harmony, balance, flow. I see this connection progressing. I do. The Chariot here shows movement. It shows progression. The Two of Pentacles here is about balance, and it's also being able to handle the connection. See, I think in the past what's happened is that your twin has dealt with some very difficult situations that have been very rocky and very hard to deal with, and kind of like panicking. I feel this energy of them panicking and feeling like, wow, I can't handle that. I don't know how to deal with that, you know? So that's something we definitely do see here. Again, too, right? It's sort of twin energy. They can't escape you, from what I see here. No matter how far they wander, they won't be able to completely forget you. And that's something I definitely see here. I do see growth and I do see progression. That's definitely, but I also see it as a part of a learning lesson with sort of karmic trials and lessons. And it's not just to do with like third-party situations, but also life lessons that occur in their life where they realize like, wow, you know what, I need to be more responsible, I need to be more mature, I need to be more progressive, I need to not just always think of myself, kind of a vibe. Hermit. Okay, let's just put all of these cards down. And also, actually, whilst I put them down, I do have twin flame manifesting items also on my website as well, if anyone is interested. Again, you know, a lot of people have seen results with these items, but no pressure whatsoever. I just thought I'd mention it because I don't think I've ever mentioned that part. You know, I just say like, oh, there's just manifesting items on there, but for different areas of your life. Okay, so now that we've got those cards down, see? It's very possible that they are hot and cold with you, or that they may have walked away before, or you may currently be in separation, because you've also got this Ten of Swords where they felt very overwhelmed. So what I feel has really happened, and in terms of the predictions, I will get there, okay, but I'm kind of describing the connection as well at the same time, just so that you can really know how it resonates with you. So the Hermit here shows that they have just been so overwhelmed by how quickly things progressed and just how quickly they got very attracted, and also Chariot means they got attached as well. I think part of that made them overthink things a lot, especially with the Hermit. They just thought to themselves like, whoa, this is a lot for me to deal with. This is just a ton of information and I need time, I need space, I need to get myself together, you know. And even with Temperance as well, that they did think about things, but also that they got very overwhelmed. It's very well known that twin flames can trigger one another to really learn a lot from one another, because they hold up mirrors to one another where you have learnt things from them, but they have learnt things from you, and sometimes they're not able to fully digest a lot of those lessons. They feel like it's too overwhelming, it's too much to deal with, and it can just feel overwhelming. It feels like a lot, you know. So then you've got the Eight of Cups, and that Eight of Cups really does showcase the fact that if they have walked away, I do see them returning. Okay, there's going to be a return here that I pick up on, because like I mentioned, I can't even speak. What's the word? It was a phrase that I mentioned. No matter how far they wander, there we go, that's the one I was trying to say. No matter how far they wander here with the Eight of Cups, they will return. Especially with that Knight of Swords. Yeah. I think the rush of everything sometimes just gets a lot to them, especially with some of the things that they've dealt with in their past as well. They like to protect themselves, and they can be very quick to jump to conclusions, right, as to like, oh my god, this is too overwhelming, and then they shut down. That's the kind of response that I sort of see here with the Ten of Swords. That's sort of like, oh my God, this is, you know, this is just too much. I can't handle this. You know, it's just too much to deal with in the grand context of that, and that's what I see. Let's keep going. Look at that. Coming towards you here. Twin flame prediction is that they're coming towards you. No matter how far they've wandered, they're coming around. Also, just want to like point out one more thing. You got 3 knights. 3 knights. Here, here, and here. All right? What are 3s? Karmic numbers. So they're going to learn lessons and really strengthen towards you. 6 of Wands again is celebration. You know, the 3 of Cups is also a celebration card as well. So there's some kind of celebration that can happen here. It can even be a proposal. So then there's that proposal, commitment, wanting to live together. 6 of Cups, by the way, is also them coming towards you. You don't need to chase. You should attract, right? And how do you do that? Well, to heal in a twin flame connection, or to heal a twin flame connection, what's really important is bringing more of that focus towards yourself. Because ultimately, the more you're chasing after the person, the more they're just going to run, right? So you have to turn the tables, which means focusing on yourself, trying to do things you love for yourself, shifting more of that energy towards yourself. So say, for example, you're giving 70% of your energy on a daily basis to your twin flame. By just thinking about them and constantly ruminating on the situation, you want to switch that, right? You want to give 70% to yourself and maybe 30% to them, because it's unrealistic to stop thinking about someone. That's extremely unrealistic. If you can switch the energies where you put more of the focus towards yourself than the other person, the difference is there, because spiritual energy is picked up on, you know, and it can really trigger them to come towards you, because the more energy you give to them, the more they have your energy for free. They don't need to work for your energy, right? You're just already giving it to them. So if you then turn the tables by putting more energy towards yourself, you're helping yourself. You really are. The first thing here is that you're helping yourself, but also it can spiritually trigger them to actually do things towards you. It's a little bit like, I'll give you 2 analogies. If someone wants to diet, for example, you know, and if they cut everything out, at some point they might miss the previous food, right? However, if they do it slowly and surely, and they just still do indulge in the foods that they want to indulge in, you know, and it's like 70-30 in that sense, it will really help them rather than just plain out cutting everything out. You know, that would, I think, not work as well, maybe, in certain situations, because then they'll miss what they were eating before. You know what I mean? So it's not about forgetting about the person 100%. That's really difficult. That's challenging. That will make you think about the person like 100%. You know what I mean? So what you want to do is you want to switch the energies where it's like 70-30, right? 70% towards yourself, 30% towards the other person, right? It's a little bit like, I guess, you know, when you're trying to go healthy or eat healthy, like, you know, 70% healthy and then 30% the things that you really like and, you know, that maybe not as healthy. So it's about having the balance. I think that's basically the most important thing here, in that sense. That was the best analogy I could give you. I'm not telling you to like change your diet or anything like that. That's literally the best analogy I can give you, because some people will find it hard to understand like how it works, you know, in the context of like the twin flame connection and how to put energy towards yourself. People just find it really challenging to like understand, how do I work on myself and what do I do, you know? And it's basically about doing the things that you love to do, focusing more so on your energy than giving them all of your energy. You know what I mean? So I think that of course is just super, super, super significant, and I do see them coming back around in that sense and wanting to strengthen this connection with you. If they have distance within you, if there is separation, they're using this to really think about things and to understand themselves much more. Let's go with some message cards. Typical. Okay, so a lot of message cards that came out. There's like a humongous chunk, but I can see these ones here. So let's grab a few of those, and then we'll also do cards, my oracle cards, but everything's falling off the table. Okay, there we go. So it says here, I do pray about us. One thing I want to mention with this particular card is that prayer is not always a religious thing. People can pray all the time. It's also a very spiritual thing too. So do keep that in mind. But whether they are religious or not, or spiritual or not, they may have had a moment where they have really just thought to themselves, you know, I really pray that things work out, or I really pray that I feel better, and so that I can treat this person, aka you, better. So I do feel they've had a moment in that sense. Okay, whether they are a prayer or not, I feel like they've had that moment where they have said that. Okay, for some of you they are religious, so may have prayed in that context. Then we also have here, some people don't want us together, but I don't care. I think that part of this here is that people around them are essentially telling them, you know, focus on yourself, do things for yourself, not because they don't like you, but because they're starting to see that this person does struggle from time to time. They just want the person to feel better. They don't have the full context of this whole twin flame connection, right? So ultimately, there are people around your twin flame telling them, you know, focus on yourself. You don't need to focus on all of these, you know, love related things right now. Just do things that you like to do, or do things that make you feel better, like put yourself first. And so that's why we've got that card. And then I'm done running from this connection. They don't care though what people say. That's, you know, ultimately the biggest thing. And perhaps you also know that maybe there are people in their family or friends, or maybe there's a third party here, not for all of you, okay, so keep that in mind, it's not for all of you, that essentially is sort of keeping them held back, but it's almost, they just don't care, right? What did we see as the prediction is that they're not going to be running away from it anymore, right? They're going to be progressing towards you in that regard. So I'm just using my Oracle deck, which I have made. If anyone did want to purchase these, they are on my website. It's a 52 card deck, super inexpensive because it works out like around $10 US, which is kind of crazy actually when you think about it. But it is a printable, so you would have to print it and assemble it, which is what we have. So let's have a look at the, okay, I've got quite a few here. So we've got the perspective. This is interesting. I know there's a spelling error on there, just ignore that. It's not on the actual file. I just wanted to mention this is like a sample that I had basically made, but there's some spelling errors on there, so just ignore that for now. So the perspective here is very much so about them gaining perspective, okay? That's one of the predictions. They are going to reach a conclusion and their perspective will be to come more so towards you. The decision here shows that they will make a decision and a choice to be much more progressive towards you. The movement here shows that they will move towards you, right? There'll be much more movement. It's not going to be stagnant, stationary, stuck, you know, this kind of vibe. It's not going to be like that. The loyalty here shows they will have loyalty towards you. The miracle and the offer. Some of you may literally think that this would be a miracle if it happened, and be careful what you wish for, okay? The universe does work with us a lot of the times, and it does show here that the miracle shows that the stars really can align and things can come together and they can come towards you with the magical offer, which by the way we saw in the Six of Cups, right? Six of Cups offer. Also the Knight of Cups as well. So then there's that. Okay, sorry, they're a little bit messy, but we're going to do the charm reading, so it'll get covered up anyways. Alright, so let's go with letters. So this can spell out initials, it can spell out words. Let's see, and then we'll do the charms. So these charms and letters are also available on my website if anyone is interested. So we got B, S. It's interesting, BS obviously it spells out, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna say it. YouTube will, you know, YouTube is annoying sometimes. They'll like really just flag your video for like no reason. But you can imagine what it means, and I think that sometimes they do feel like they're just BSing, you know, like they're just not. They're not where they want to be sometimes, you know, and they know that change is essentially the best. OG. Ooh, we're getting like some interesting, like, they like obviously stand for words, right? You've got a P, V, got X as well. That's interesting. Something to do with an X. Could be that they are your ex. Could be that they are thinking about the past and past situations, because X is not always just romantically about an ex that they have been with. X can also be like ex situations, ex friends. And a B. Wow, look at that letter. It's like proper, it's a proper sort of damaged. Okay, so a B. Got two B's. Let me just think of the. I'm seeing pig. Now, pig as a spiritual animal, or the sort of definition of pig in terms of like the spiritual meaning of the animal, is not inherently terrible. you know, it also strikes me as like the year of the pig, for example. Perhaps something happened, because of course that sort of comes back around, right? So that could have been a time where something happened in their life, because of course there's many of them, right? So that's something we see here. Okay, well, I'm sure you'll be able to find other words. Sometimes I'm so quick with words and sometimes I'm just stuck and I'm just looking at them, so I'll leave that very much so to you. Okay, let me know in the comment section below what other words you do come up with. And of course, if you claim this reading and it resonates with you, of course, let me know in the comment section below. We've still got more to go. But yeah, let me know. You can also write in the comment section below, I claim this. So we've got here the star. So again, it's interesting because you've got the miracle with a star there as well. So this shows things manifesting, coming together. You've got a shooting star. So for some of you, you're going to feel like this is a miracle when things come together. You've also got here as well the little sleigh as well. So it's almost like these gifts and this abundance is coming towards you. You've got the key here. How adorable is that little charm? By the way, the metal charms are also available on my store as well if anyone's interested. I always get so many questions, so that's the reason why I always kind of just talk about it. But yeah, the key here symbolizes commitment and then wanting to progress with you. Oh my god, that is such an adorable key. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we've got here a sister is someone to dream, cry, laugh, sing with. I think this is interesting because there's a sister involved somewhere. There's a sister involved somewhere, and you might not necessarily be able to see it, but there might be someone that they also consider as a sister that's perhaps kind of influencing them in certain ways. Keep that in mind. Or influencing you in certain ways. We've also got here the Gemini energy as well, okay, with the twins. Of course, though, the twins represent twin flame connection, so there's a confirmation there, but it could be that there's perhaps that Gemini energy that really connects well with you. You've got here the leaf as well, so this represents seasons and change, so change will come, it is inevitable. Oh, look at this, you've got another key. You've got two keys here, and one's got the lock, so this shows loyalty and commitment. Then we also have here as well, this is a little cat on a branch, so I think that this is quite lucky actually. In many ways, it's also about really appreciating your personality. The anchor here is what's been weighing them down and what has weighed them down in the past. They don't want to be weighed down anymore. They want to feel uplifted. So this is very much so about them sort of being in that place, perhaps right now, but actually not in the future. And look, we've got another cat here as well. So this cat, the cats to me really represent personality, and I think that that's something that they really do like about you. It could be that you have a cat, or they have a cat. I mean, but the cat also does represent personality, so, well, you know what the prediction is, right? Because we did go through it, but ultimately it's about them wanting to progress, and got the keys here as well. You know, the charms really do not lie. I mean, you've literally got it right here, right? So this is your reading group 1. If this resonates with you, please do let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on the little bell notification as well if you do subscribe, and yeah, let me know. You can write I claim it in the comment section below, and also all of my items are on my website, which is shopmoonlightguidance.com. So there's charms, there's letters, there's my deck, there's so many beautiful twin flame items on there as well. There's items for all areas actually of your life. So if you were interested, do check it out, and yeah, I hope that you all have a lovely day or night wherever you are. Sending you lots and lots of good energy, and I hope to see you back, you know, if you choose to come back to my channel. And take care, everyone. All right, so let's take this away, and then we'll go to the next reading. Oh my gosh, I cannot get over how cute this tiny little key is. So adorable. Okay, let's put that up here. Take away these cards. All right, get these to the side, to the left, to the left. Singing in the rain. Oh, there we go. Ta-da. All right, group number 2. Let's have a look and see what the twin flame predictions are for you. So you have chosen this absolutely stunning crystal. I'll place it right here. And we're going to do a tarot reading to see what the predictions are for you and your twin flame situation, connection, and person. And then, of course, we're going to pull some eternal message cards as well. And I'm also going to use my oracle deck to get some messages too, and we'll do a charm reading with letters. So we've got lots to look forward to, and let's begin. So this is the affirmations tarot. Let's have a look and see what we have got right here. Group 2, twin flame predictions. Oh, okay, so I'm going to take those. I feel like really taking these. I mean, there's a huge chunk here. I'm going to take them. I really feel like taking them. Yeah, sometimes it's really based on the gut feelings. We're going to take these. I know there's a huge chunk there, and it doesn't always happen that such big chunks of cards come out, but you know, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes they go back in because I'm like, that's too many, but I feel these. I feel them. Okay, so you've got here the Ace of Swords. Okay, I'll show you the cards because the illustrations are adorable. Ace of Swords right there. We've got here the Seven of Wands. We have got the Queen of Cups. Four of Cups. Hanged Man. Three of Cups. Devil. Ten of Wands. Sort of like a burden, right? Not that you're a burden, but they are feeling kind of overwhelmed, I would say. Got the Fool here, which is a new chapter. That's interesting. Speaking of which, let's just move everything down a little bit. There we go. Actually, do you know what? Let's move the Ace of Pentacles back a little bit. There we go. We've got the Death card. Don't be afraid of this. Do not be afraid. I'm going to actually just start talking about these cards, and then we'll pull the other two and then the rest of the cards as well. So to me, there seems to be a new beginning with you in your twin flame journey and connection, and that includes with your twin flame. There's going to be a new normal, all right? So if you have been thinking, oh, I just want things to go back to how they were, or I just want to have a new start, I wish I could just go back and do things differently, there's going to be a new avenue with this person. So try not to feel so bad about how things have gone or how things progressed or the things that you said that maybe you are thinking, I wish I didn't say that, I wish I didn't say that, I wish I just did things a little bit more differently, I wish I was a little bit more diplomatic. Honestly, being yourself is one of the greatest gifts on the planet, right? You learn, you grow, it's okay. Try not to beat yourself up about certain things that you've said or done, or if you feel like you were too much, okay? Because you really are not too much, and I'm here to tell you that for sure. I mean, the spirit guides really are saying that. They're like, no, you are not too much. So the Ace of Swords here shows that everything that you said, every part of you in your being and how you were wise enough to say the things that you did ultimately shows that that is you. You know, stick true and to who you are, because what I see here in terms of you and your twin flame is that there's been some difficulties for sure. The Seven of Wands shows some challenges, but I also see that you'll be able to get through these challenges. I think that on their side they really do struggle with things from the past, especially with the Death card. They really struggle, I think, from childhood as well, because you've got the Fool there, which is that childlike energy where they may have accumulated childhood trauma, difficulties in the past. This can be past relationships, and feeling abandoned, feeling upset, feeling lonely. And that, I think, has really triggered in them this sense of, I don't want to be abandoned, so let me just take the action first. I think that that's going to be a big awakening and realization for them, because you've got here the Four of Cups, where some of you have felt rejected. You've really felt rejected with this Four of Cups and feel like, you know, no matter what you try and go for, it's just like always somewhere else, you know. It's like you're searching here, but then the actual cup is like going over you, and it's like, huh, like where's my abundance, you know, and why is it working like this for me? It's a really challenging situation. It's a challenging pathway, right? So the Fool here shows there will be a sort of change in the connection. So right now, you know, they can be very burdened. There could be separation between the two of you, or things just could be very, very difficult. You may feel like they're just very hot and cold, they're saying one thing, doing another. The 10 of Wands here is really about just feeling overwhelmed and feeling like, why does it have to be like this? Remember, the 10s showcase an ending towards a new beginning. Death card shows death and rebirth, right? But you've also got, interestingly, that rebirth with a Fool as well. So I think that what's going to happen is that they're going to come back around and be much more responsible, but throughout this entire process, they're going to have an awakening, and that's the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune. Okay, and Neptune is a very spiritual planet. It's to do with Pisces. Pisces is the home sign of Neptune. So when we think of Pisces, right, it's a very strong energy in regards to the gut and the intuition and really thinking and reflecting and being actually very, what's the word? Nurturing, I would say, right? So it's not just all about them. They're also then thinking about you, how they've treated you, how they were towards you, what they could do better, how they could be much more progressive, and things like that. Not always just about me, okay? So the Three of Cups here shows that essentially at times they like to distract themselves, they like to always do a million things so that they're not always thinking about certain things. They're going to realize that they can't keep running away, okay? Because there is this energy of them trying to sometimes run away from their challenges or their problems, but they're not always going to be able to run away. It's not something that they're going to be able to sustain long term. It's not going to work. And then that's when they're really going to have this awakening that, wait a second, I need to get myself together. I need to be much more progressive. I can't keep running away. It's not helping me. It's not helping you. They're only causing themselves more hurt. Therefore, they want to be able to progress towards you. And so that's what we see. Three of Cups is also a celebration card. Now, for some of you, you'll know if this is the case, and if it's not, try not to panic when I say it. For some of you, there may be a third-party situation, but you'll know if there is, okay? So if you know that there isn't, okay? But the Three of Cups can resonate with some of you in that way. Three of Cups also does show celebration, where they also want to spend time with you, but right now they could be sort of distracting themselves in that sense. And the Ace of Swords here shows that they might be very clear-cut in the sense that they might just be more so about themselves at this point in time. But I see, in terms of predictions and what I see coming forward, there's going to be a new chapter and a new path that evolves for the two of you, where they get through their struggles, because the Seven of Wands is getting through problems and challenges against all odds, moving forward, progressing, doing the best for themselves and also towards you as well, and not like always trying to run away, you know. The Devil here definitely shows that they are holding on to past experiences, and a lot of that dictates how they also progress with you. So, for example, they may have had a bad relationship in the past or been treated terribly in childhood, which, you know, we have mentioned some problems here from childhood, which have just made them kind of feel like a bit of a victim in many ways, and they've just never been able to sort of grow sometimes out or up into sometimes knowing what they really want to do sometimes. And I think part of this is also the fact that they are a bit more of a younger soul. So what I mean by that is when a person is a young soul, I feel like you're an old soul, okay? So a young soul is someone who's had less incarnations, less past lives. They've had essentially less of that experience. An older soul has had much more of that experience. So you are able to understand things a lot quicker. You're able to digest information, emotions, right? A lot more. They need time to understand these things. They need just, you know, they need a lot of time, they need a lot of patience, they need space, right? And they basically have to learn through lessons. That's the thing that I see here, which I think obviously is just super, super significant. They have to learn through lessons. And even with the Queen of Cups here shows that they are really going to understand themselves emotionally. And I think that part of this is going to be through a lesson and a trigger, which is going to allow them to basically start this new chapter and path with you, where they'll come forward towards you and they will really be very nurturing towards you. Again, it's that sort of Pisces energy that we picked up with the Hanged Man, which they're going to realize, like, you know what, you are such a kind, caring, nurturing soul. You're always just there for me and always have been, and I can't believe I treated you like that. Okay, and it's your choice whether you choose to or not, because I feel like they may have rejected you and then, you know, they realise like, oh no, I made a mistake. That's what I see there. Okay, let's go with those. So we've got here the Ten of Pentacles, so that's them wanting to forward and progress a connection with you, right? And this can be long-term commitment, this can be engagement, proposal, marriage, settling down together, family, stability, right? So that's what I really see. There's going to be a death and rebirth in this connection, especially if things are really tough right now. It shows why, right? We know why things are so difficult right now, which we went through in depth, and then we see where things are headed in the sense of the lessons that they're going to learn, right? So Page of Wands is them coming towards you. You really don't need to chase them. That's one thing I want to say, is that if you feel like you need to do everything, you really don't. I think the more you try and do, the more spiritually it's working against you. And so instead, do things for yourself, do things you love, focus your energy more so on yourself, and let them come towards you, okay? Page of Wands, they're going to come towards you. And then, of course, you've got the Magician as well. See, that's communication. They will come through and want to communicate in a strong way towards you as well. So let them come to you. You don't have to constantly chase them. Let's now go to the eternal messages. Let's get a few of these eternal messages out. Oh, and I just wanted to mention I am an upright reader. I thought I'd just mention that. I always have been, so look at that. I love you. They love you. They do love you, and I think that that's also why they're going to work on themselves and really get themselves together, because they know that they can't keep going in the same cycle. That's why they're going to try and essentially break the cycle. They do have feelings towards you, and they really do. They feel like you're so kind and caring and nurturing, but they're going to have an awakening that really pushes them more to break the cycle, planning to surprise you. Okay, so they will surprise you. We see a celebration. We also do see this energy of them coming towards you, right, with the Page of Wands. I think it's going to happen when you least expect it, which is why you may think it's a surprise as well. It says here, I regret walking away from you. So whether the two of you do have, whether they've actually walked away and there's been say, for example, a breakup or space or distance, or they've just ghosted you, or there could be some hot and cold space and time and energy between the two of you, they really do regret the distance and the space and the time or the separation that it has caused. Or if they've been super wishy-washy, they really regret that. They do. Okay, so I'm going to use my Oracle deck, which is available on my website if anyone would like to purchase it. Okay, so let's see. La 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 la. Okay, so let's see, we've got the luck here. So I feel like your luck is changing, and actually the connection's luck is changing too, right? Because there's going to be progression. Decision here shows that a choice will be made. So they'll make a decision to, I think, come forward with this cup. And then you've also got here the perspective as well. So the perspective really does showcase an energy which is really to do with them gaining a perspective on what you mean to them, which is a lot, right? And not running away so much from themselves as well. And that is basically what we see there. There is a spelling error on this card, but this is a sample, so it's not on the actual it's not on the actual file online. I just thought I'd definitely mention that. So let's now go. So they're gaining perspective, okay? They're gaining perspective, they're going to gain perspective, they're going to make a decision and come forward. All right, so letters here. So the letters can be initials, it can also spell out words for the connection as well. Oh, they like to slip through my hand. Okay, so we've got an F, a U, a Q, a J, a W, and an A. It's so strange. I actually had such a good handful, and they all just fell out. Okay, well, we'll just take these. Sometimes the letters may not all completely resonate, but that's okay. So let's see here. Oh, we got quite a few. Look at these little teeny little charms. You've got the ring here as well, so it can end in commitment, which we did mention, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. It resonates there. Okay, you've got some more letters. So you've got B and an R, which is interesting because you have got bar. You've also got war as well. I think that that's very interesting. Kind of at war with themselves, especially with this energy that we have with the devil, things that have happened in their past. And also the Seven of Wands, the challenges and the struggles that they do face. You've also got, oh, look at this. Speaking of bar, you've got a little cocktail here as well. That's interesting. And you know what else is quite a social kind of energy? It's the Three of Cups. So I think that's interesting. Maybe you get invited to like a social place in that sense. And then you've also got the Sleigh as well. Now the Sleigh really does represent gifts and abundance coming your way, right? Which we also see with the Luck. Actually, you know what? This cup really reminds me here as well in that sense. It's just really beautiful, right? So we've got that charm that kind of matches in many ways. Can't even see it properly. There we go, kind of, yeah. So that's what we have there, the cup being offered. You've got here the moon with the stars. This is about comfort, and also again that Pisces energy, which is quite strong, and a very nurturing vibe. Then you've also got, the Sleigh is about abundance and gifts coming your way. You've got this little key here as well. It kind of reminds me of Mickey Mouse. I don't know, look at that, right? Kind of like Mickey Mouse, those ears at the top. But the key also signifies commitment as well. So you've got two strong. Oh, you got another ring as well, right? That's definite. Look at that. You can't get more commitment than that. Oh my gosh, look at this as well. Sorry, I'm just looking at the charms one by one. I'm not like literally, I haven't really analysed what was there. Marriage, commitment, happiness, celebration. That Ten of Pentacles is like, yeah, I told you so. And then you've got the poodle here as well, which is about loyalty, right? And of course you've got this quartz crystal, which really represents them seeing clearly and not really being at war with themselves in that sense, and actually being able to realize truly what they do want and how they want things to progress, which I think is so interesting. So yeah, wow, look at that, right? It's just beautiful. So that's what I really see here in this regard for you, group number 3. Of course, if this resonates, let me know in the comment section below. You can write in the comment section below. I claim it, you know, but let me know. And also, all of my information for the readings is down below, the private readings, the private paid ones, the free reading giveaway, my charms, letters, cards, intention items. There's also intention items for twin flames as well, like to manifest the twin flame connection. They're all on my website, so do check that out, moonlight.guidance.com. The links are always down below as well. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, click on that little bell notification if you have subscribed, and take care everyone, take care, and yeah, we'll go to the next group. Alright, so I'm just going to take these away. Oh, actually these belong in the other one. Okay, so let's do that. Alright. So, let's put this here. It's so typical, you know, when I have my short nails, because these are my natural nails, I try to pick up the cards and I just can't. So then I'm like, okay, I'll just grow my nails a bit longer, and then I grow my nails longer and I still can't pick up the cards. Typical, right? Typical. Okay. So let's take away the crystal. Oh, last but never least, right? Especially when we talk about the last group. So let's have a look and see. Last but never least. Alright, group number 3. This is your reading with me. So we're going to have a look and see what is coming through. We've got this absolutely stunning crystal. I'm going to put it right there. It's the quartz crystal. There we go. Actually, let's just move it across a little bit. There we go. Actually, no, let's not. Okay. Right. So, this is going to be, of course, your twin flame prediction. We are going to look into tarot. We're going to do a full spread. We're going to look into eternal messages, oracle cards from my oracle deck, and of course, we are also going to look into charms and letters to really get a very accurate reading. So let's begin straight away. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Oh, sorry, like all just almost fell. So we've got here the Queen of Wands. Whoa. All right, Queen of Wands come through. King of Cups. Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, actually, do you know what? I'm going to put those together. King and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, wow, group number 3. You got here the Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Sun, okay. We have Temperance with the Six of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Devil. Okay. So, what I see happening here, and what I think is quite important to mention, is the fact that they have felt quite trapped. Not necessarily, I think more so it's not because of you. So I don't want you to think like, oh, they felt trapped because of me. I think they felt trapped because of things that have happened in their past, especially with the Ten of Wands, right? Something has burdened them from the past. Can be a past connection, past relationship, past in regards to their childhood and how they've grown up. And something in regards to their path has caused blockages, and that's what I see here. Now, the Five of Swords shows very much so that it's actually hurting them so much more than it's helping them, and that's going to be a huge realization. They're going to have a realization about this, no doubt about it. That is very much so in the predictions. They're going to have a realization. They're going to realize that everything from their past has really hindered them and that they're holding on to it for really not much of a good reason, but ultimately they're going to heal from it, right? So the thing here is that they're going to heal, which is great news, and healing is a process, so it can be slow because you have got some pentacles here, you've got some earth energies, the devil here are, you know, essentially things that they've held on to and sort of been chained to in regards to the past that's really affected their sort of way of how they do things and how they see things and how they are in general. You know, a lot of this has really affected them quite a bit. So ultimately, one of the most important things that I am definitely seeing here is that they are going to really move out of a lot of this. I think sometimes also blaming them, sort of like blaming others and thinking like, I am the victim, you know, I'm the victim, I'm always the victim. They do have that sort of mentality, I would say, especially with the Eight of Swords. It's almost like they're waiting for life to like rescue them, and they're going to realize that, you know what, I can't have people rescue me. I need to rescue myself. I need to heal within myself. I need to take care of myself. Like, it's not other people that are going to help me with this. I need to help myself with this. I think that's going to be a huge awakening and realization that they're going to have to very much so deal with and progress with. I think that's just really very, very vital. So ultimately, I think one of the most important, most significant, and one of the most strongest things here is the fact that the Four of Wands shows that there is, of course, that twin flame connection here, and they have never felt so connected to someone, right? I think that part of this is because they've gotten overwhelmed. They have just thought, oh my God, like this is really overwhelming. This is too much. Oh my God, I can't handle it. I'm not mature enough to handle it. Ciao, you know, and so doesn't ciao also mean hello as well? Okay, anyways, you get my like you get my perspective. They might have been like bye, you know, and for some of you there may have been that sense of like separation where things have not gone to plan. They may not have been nice to you in those ways, and a lot of that is their conditioning from the past. That is one of the reasons why they were mean to you or not so nice to you or currently may not be so nice to you or hot and cold, is because people were very hot and cold with them. And I think that part of that is it sort of rubbed off on them, and I think they lost hope. It's really sad to say, but they kind of had lost hope, but I don't think that this is going to keep them in that bitter place for the rest of their life. Like, they're going to grow out of this. They're going to move forward from this, and they're going to realize, like, actually, you know what? I need to get myself together. I can progress. I can move forward. I can move through this. The Eight of Wands here is them moving forward and trying to move forward with you. They are going to become much more mature with Temperance, right? One foot in front of the other. Progression, joy, fulfillment, happiness. They will get things together. I really do see it here with Temperance. You know, I really, really do. I feel like they are going to find their way towards healing. The Ten of Wands shows that they are fed up with going down this path that is just hurting themselves. The Six of Pentacles coming towards you, wanting to give towards you and to other people who have always been there for them. I think one thing here is that they may have also been surrounding themselves with yes people. And what I mean by that are just people that never say no to them or ever say that they're doing something wrong or give them any constructive criticism. They may have been running away from that. They may be running away from it right now, but they were always around people that always said yes to them, or, you know. So ultimately they're now realizing that actually all of those people were really never there for them, because they were just saying yes for no reason. And ultimately the people that have always been there for them, that have always been so kind and so caring and nurturing, were the people that were giving constructive criticism, that were telling them where they were going wrong. And ultimately you are someone that wants the best for them, correct? They're going to realize that too. So the Queen of Wands here is them having a lot of appreciation towards you, and also the connection being built on a foundation of trust. Now, some of you may feel like, but Moonlight, I don't feel like I can trust them. I just don't know. The thing here is that once they heal, I think they're going to really come towards you and they're going to want to make things right. Ultimately, it's your choice whether you want to do that with them, right? It's your choice. You have free will too. Don't think that you've lost your power completely. Like, you are powerful. You have the ability to make your own decisions, right? That's a pretty powerful thing, right? You don't need to chase them. I think that the most that you should do is really stay true to yourself and know that you didn't do anything wrong, because I really do see that here. Sure, there are things that we can think of where we think like, oh, I should have maybe not said this, or I could have improved how I did this. Of course, you know, there are those things that we all think about where we think, oh, maybe I should have said this instead of this. But ultimately, I don't think you did anything wrong to such a drastic level that could have changed how the connection progressed. So I want you to know that. Because that's what I see here, and also Spirit Guides are also pointing that out, is that the Four of Wands shows you're on the right path in your life, which means that everything that's happened is teaching you more about yourself, where you're learning, but is also teaching them much more about things where they are learning. And so ultimately, it's not necessarily like something that's hurting you or hindering you. There is a sense of progression, there is a sense of movement, there is a sense of things progressing and getting better and stronger. So ultimately, that's what I see, is that there will be progression in this connection. They will have an awakening. They will take themselves out of this sort of victim mentality and surrounding themselves with the wrong people, or always wanting distractions. And, you know, they will start to realize and give back really to those that have always been there. Temperance shows that slowly but surely they will come to this conclusion, realize, understand, break these chains, right? Try and move out of this 10 of Wands burdening energy and into a path, especially with the Sun, of joy, happiness, fulfillment, right? And they will have to build that trust towards you, and let them, honestly, let them, right? You don't have anything more to lose, so let them do that. And you can always just focus on your own things, do you, right? King of Cups, let them come to you with a full cup. Absolutely, that's what you deserve, right? So King and Queen of Pentacles shows that it can work for the longer term, but of course they have to prove this to you, and that's what I see happening in this prediction, is that I see them coming towards you in that sense. Four of Wands here shows it's sort of like a home and an environment where you're able to enjoy time together as well. Okay, so let's go to Eternal Messages. Felt like 3, so let's take 3, because, you know, your group 3. Okay, so it says, I don't know how to express my love to you, so I keep it inside. So they do have feelings of love towards you. Okay, and it shows here that they want to change. They do. They want to change, because everything that they're doing is hurting them. So they really do want to change. That's really going to be what fuels them towards you, and you can see that here as well, especially with the Sun. So I love you, and then of course, I don't know how to express my love to you, so I keep it inside. So of course we've got that as well right there. So they are going to very much so express it, and it says, don't focus on who wants me, I want you. There you go. It's literally as simple as that, right? I think that a lot of this is not necessarily that they have feelings towards someone else. I mean, some of you may be in a situation where perhaps they are, you know, kind of just doing their own thing, or you could be in a sort of like a situation where they might be with someone, but I don't feel like they have those intense feelings or attraction towards them, because they could be with someone karmic, you know, who is essentially put into their life for them to learn from. But it's not always the case. Like, I don't see that many of you being in the third party situations. Majority of you watching this reading, there's nobody else around, but for some of you there could be. So something to keep in mind is that they're basically telling you, don't focus on who wants me, because I want you, but I also need to get myself together, and I need to really get myself in a better state and frame of mind. So I'm using my Oracle deck now, so let's have a look and see what other messages come through. You can purchase this on my website. I thought I'd just let you know. 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Sorry, my stomach is also rumbling as well. Wow, that card came out in every single reading. Okay. All right then. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got here the knowledge. Okay. So they're going to be learning, right? They're going to be learning. They're going to understand. They're going to have realizations. That is that. They're going to make a decision, of course, and they're going to come towards you. Get the luck here. And of course, you've got a cup as well. Let them come to you with that full cup. Look at that King of Cups there with that little fish, right? Let them bring it to you. We've got the victory with the phases as well. So the phases here show cycles and changes, and also wisdom and knowledge being imparted, but also awakening. Okay, so things will change here. That's another prediction. And of course, the victory is about celebration, success, and them coming towards you. So that's quite strong. And of course, you've got a lot of blue here as well. Okay, so the blue really does represent the throat chakra. They're going to come towards you, communicate with you, be honest, really be respectful towards your boundaries. They're going to have willpower, right? It's also about expression. So they will express their feelings to you as well, from what we see. And of course, that water energy is the emotion and the feelings too, which of course is known to be blue. So there we go. So now we've got the letters. Now the letters can be initials, and they can also spell out words for the connection as well. So let's have a look. We've got an R. Well, I was going to say L and R at the same time, and it just like came out together. You've got an L and an R. You've got a Q and an I. Ooh, IQ, right? Knowledge. Isn't that interesting? They're become. This sounds really stupid to say, but it makes a lot of sense. They're going to become smarter in regards to what this connection means to them, and to, you know, taking things further, because they're growing and they're understanding more of it. So I guess IQ makes sense in many ways. But perhaps that resonates on a deeper level where, you know, if the two of you took IQ tests or you were talking about that as a topic, it could make more sense in that sense too. P, W, W, and of course a P again as well. So you've got two P's. Pi. Isn't that interesting? So that is what we have right there. All right, so let's go to charms. Ooh, cupcake. Sweet treat. Coming towards you with a gift. It's interesting that there's a cake there. Also, you know, cake is also known as like a celebration kind of a vibe. You've got a ring here, which signifies commitment. So that's what we have there. You've got the tree as well, which also does signify sort of growth and family and progression, which is something that can manifest. So I do see growth here in this connection. And of course, you've got here life as a gift. So they're going to realize much more about life and how they want to make these changes, because they don't want to live a miserable life where they're always the victim and everything's always going wrong. They want to make changes so that they can take responsibility for themselves and everything else that's also going around them. You know, you've got the flower here as well. So this again shows growth, right? Again, with a tree and the flower. They want to grow, they want to learn. That's what I see here, is that they will do that. And then also you've got here this angel as well, so this connection is very much so being protected. You know what else we have in terms of the angel reference is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is an angel card, so that is beautiful. Then you've also got here the three faces. Okay, so right now they might be feeling like this, like things are too overwhelming, right? Too burdening, like things are just a bit too much. The heart eyes shows that they really do have feelings towards you, and then this is sort of feeling much more relaxed about things. So that's what I see here, is that even right now, you know, you might think to yourself like, oh my god, things are pretty overwhelming, there's quite a lot going on, and it's not exactly the most fun of experiences, but that you still have feelings towards this person, you do care about them, and then eventually things become a lot more relaxed where you can actually enjoy the connection as well. So there seems to be a change there as well. You've also got a Z in regards to the letters, and you also have an I. All right, so that's what we've got there. My stomach is rumbling. Cupcake, isn't it? I saw whip, but that's not really how you spell whipped cream, right? Or whip in general. That's whip as in like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I feel like I can't spell anything. But devil, interesting. Fantasies, you know, that's like kind of what I see. I mean, if you think of like whipped cream, I know that doesn't really spell out whip, but whipped cream or like a whip actually in that sense is about fantasies and sort of like whole aspect of things, they do have a lot of physical attraction towards you, which I think is very Interesting indeed. So yeah, that is what we have here. That is your twin flame prediction. They're like physically very, very into you. And that is pretty much what we do have. So of course, if this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. You can also write in the comment section below, I claim it, or if it resonates, please do let me know, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on that little bell notification next to the subscribe button as well. All of my items, so for example, the charms, the letters, the oracle cards, they're available on my website. There's also twin flame items on my website as well, which can help with manifesting twin flame connection. So everything is there, and there's loads of other items for other areas of your life. But yeah, my website is down below. Also, private paid readings are down below as well if you are interested. All the information for those is down there. The free reading giveaway, everything's in the description box below for your convenience, of course. Like literally that's your one place where everything is, so do check it out. And the last thing I wanted to mention is I hope you all take care, and yeah, I hope to see you all very soon if you choose to come back again. All right, take care everyone. Bye.